Welcome to Fool Us, Magic's greatest arena where 4 magicians enter and hopefully some magicians leave with a Fool Us trophy. Let the games begin as we bring out our reigning champions, Penn and Teller. Fools Penn and Teller, they win a Fool Us trophy and a trip back to Vegas to appear in Penn and Teller's show. Let's meet the first magician to enter our Wonderdome.
Magic is a marriage between art and science. As a child, I started with art, with the walls of my house as my canvas. My parents became painters too. I did not like their style. Then I studied engineering in college, thinking it would help my magic. But it was all triple integrals and matrices. I mean, who's going to use that? My engineering degree made my parents happy. Me, not so much. But then I found something that could use all of my talents, my full potential, everything I've got. Magic has brought me to the world's biggest stages, and it has brought me to fool Penn and Teller twice. These are all special moments. Tonight, I would like to use all my inspiration from my art, my heart, and my life
to create another fooling moment
for Penn and Teller.
Sit back and enjoy the artistry of Vitaly Beckman.
Penn, Teller, it's so nice to see you again. You know, the first time I had the pleasure to be on your show and I fooled you, I thought maybe I was a little lucky. So I came back for the second time. And the second time I fooled you, it was actually during the pandemic. So I thought maybe you were just being nice. So now I'm coming back for the third time. And I mean, at this point, I'm just here for frequent fooler miles. But I'm also back because those experiences, they flew by so fast. This time, I'll make sure to capture the moment. And what better way to do it than invite the wonderful Brooke Burke. Would you help us? Let's give her a nice hand. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Step right over here. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Brooke, in order for us to capture a moment, we first have to select it. Because we don't want just any moment. We want a very special moment. And for that, I brought this old family clock.
Okay.
And you see, it doesn't work anymore, but you can still move the hands. And I thought this was gonna be cute. Brooke, if you don't mind, I'll ask you to do this. Close your eyes, please.
Okay.
And visualize a clock with no hands on it. So a blank clock. You got it? Mm-hmm. Open your eyes. Good. I'll ask you to go ahead and move the hands left or right, any direction, doesn't matter. You can hold it.
Okay.
Stay right at the center. And as much as you want, you can stop it any time you like.
How's that?
It's up to you. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Now, interesting. You did not have 10 o'clock in mind when you came to help me.
No.
You didn't think of any time at all when you came to help me, let alone 10:04. So this will be our moment. 10:04 will be the moment when time stands still. And we're creating a still life. So please stand behind this table.
Okay.
And I'll ask you also to select a fruit. We've got some of my favorite fruits here. We've got a watermelon, a melon, a pomegranate, and a pineapple. Anyone you like. Go ahead.
It's the pineapple.
A pineapple. It's very good for digestion.
It is.
Go ahead. Place it anywhere you like. On the top, on the bottom, doesn't matter. Anywhere you want to place it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Oh, just not there.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
There is fine. There is fine. Yes.
Fit there?
Okay, that's pretty good. Go ahead, take another fruit. You can take a melon, watermelon, or a pomegranate.
Okay.
The pomegranate. Where do you like to place it?
Anywhere?
Anywhere you like.
Okay.
Oh, very artistic. I like it. Would you like to give one of them a companion? Would you like take another fruit? Yeah. The melon. And where are you gonna place that?
About
Oh, sure.
there.
Oh, very artistic. Yeah, Bob Ross would be
Really?
proud.
Okay.
Actually, you know, I also like how the watermelon stayed here by the clock. I think if somebody paints this, it could become a masterpiece. But yet, you know, no genius is perfect. Would you like to make some adjustments? You can move something to the left, to the right, or you can keep it the same.
I like it the way it is.
You like it the way it is?
I do.
All right, well, it is a beautiful arrangement. It reminds me of how precious things in life are fleeting, just like our moment here together. See, clocks tick endlessly, fruits go bad, and soon we're all gonna say goodnight. But art lives forever. And this painting was sitting here the entire time. Nobody came close to it. It's a painting I've done years ago, and now you will see what makes this work a true masterpiece. They say that art imitates life, but on rare occasion, it is life that imitates art. Because right here, a watermelon, painting of a watermelon. And then we got a clock. What was the time? Was it 10?
04.
10:04. Exactly, 10:04. And of course, it got all the other fruits. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
Vitaly Beckman.
You got the book? Thank you so much, Brooke.
Thank you. That's incredible. Woo. So is art always a part of your magic?
Most of the time, yeah. I started by painting, and then when I moved to magic, I realized it's very similar, but you're painting in 3D, and you have the audience become part of your painting. So in this case, you can share your vision. You have a vision, you can realize it on stage, and have audiences, active participants in your vision. So I actually think magic is like the most powerful share button.
All right, let's find out if the boys can paint a clear picture of your magic methods.
All right.
Are you ready, Penn
Yes.
and Teller?
Oh, Vitaly, you make things so difficult for us. Just so difficult. You know, so many people that come on here were able to talk about precedents and where it started and say, you know, oh, this was something done by Slidini. We have all this vocabulary we can use, but your stuff is so honestly original that there isn't really an antecedent to go to. So we just have to sit here and try to puzzle out how you do it. I mean, this is really a work of art. It's really gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful idea. And we think there's a whole lot of complicated stuff going on. So we've said this before. It's no secret to our audience. The judges are listening to everything we say. And we just kind of throw out ideas we have that we think might work. We don't get to experiment. And after a while, they just say, shut up. And at this point, we don't know. We threw out a system we think might work, but again, this is so complicated and so original, we don't have any experience with it. So what I'm saying is you don't know whether you fooled us or not, and neither do we.
Neither do I. And I don't know either. And they don't know either. Okay.
Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. The judges will decide. And either way, I'm pleased as punch. I'd love to see you win, and I'd love to see us win.
I love when this happens. They're talking to me now, so let me see what the judges are saying. Just bear with us. This does not happen very often.
Okay.
And I love when the boys are puzzled. This is so good. And the judges are telling me, well, how about that? You won another Fool Us trophy.
Yes?
Congratulations. Woo, Vitaly Beckman, everyone. Vitaly Beckman just added a Fool Us trophy to his art collection, and we've got more Foolers ahead before this night is done, so stick around. Welcome back. If you're in need of a fine magic trick, I've got a fine magician for you right here.
Being on Full House was an incredible experience.
Very impressed.
Even more so for my dad. He shows my appearance to everyone, and it's cringe. Even during business meetings, he'll pull up my performance and show it on a big projector screen to everyone in the room. And I didn't even fool Penn and Teller. Can you imagine if I did? He's the best. I love him so much. When I first started magic, I saw a magician perform a card trick, and I knew that's the one I wanted to learn. And I wasn't at that skill level yet, but just dove in. For the next year, I had cards in my hand until I mastered it. One of the coolest things about magic is that a deck of cards is cheap. No one can do the work for you. No one can take that from you. Mastering a trick like that has given me confidence on the inside, and that bleeds into other areas of my life. I was insecure that I was late to the game, but now I found that my limited background in magic is actually my biggest asset. Penn Teller, I may not know every way this trick is done, but I know my way, and that's how I'm gonna try to fool you.
Give it up for the magic of Annarose.
Penn, Teller, I look up to the both of you. Unless I'm wearing heels, in which case I only look up to Penn. But heels or not, you both inspire me. You've inspired what you're about to see as I try to fool you. The three shell game is a variation of the cups and balls. It consists of one ball and 1, 2, and 3 cups. To win, you must identify which cup is covering the ball. It's both a con game and a magic trick. So in this case, you might think that the ball is under this cup here. But in reality, it's under this cup here, and here, and here. Now my version is a little bit different. These cups won't be used as a cover to hide a ball or conceal any sleight of hand. Because unlike a ball, you can't manipulate water. Now, even though the variables are different, the rules are the same. To win, you must identify which cup is full of water. Well, I guess you could say in this case, half full. Classy, like these cups. And we don't need these anymore. Now, this isn't just for Penn and Teller. Whether you're here in the audience or you're watching through a screen, make sure you follow along with this cup of water to play along. Round 1 is just a warm-up. Which cup contains the water? You said this cup here, you're correct. Now round 2 is for the money. So we're clear. We're gonna start with the water in the middle cup. So keep your eye on the middle cup for the next round. Round 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which cup contains the water? Now, if you said this cup again, you're wrong. And that's because it's in this cup here. Now, that was a little tricky, so we're gonna get rid of this cup entirely. So now there's only 2. Reminder, this cup is the cup with the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, this is my left, but you're right, and this is my right, but you're left, all right? For those of you who chose left, you wouldn't have been right. That means the one on the right is the only one left, and since it's the only one left, then it's gotta be right. But for those of you left who chose right, you're gonna be left wondering why you are also not right. And you're right that that doesn't sound right, because the reality is there's no water left. Magic. Am I right?
Annarose, everyone. Hi.
Hello.
You look amazing. I mean, just to have a girl moment in top
Thank you.
wardrobe, like, man, you look gorgeous.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, whenever I do magic for different events, like, my #1 thing is like, oh, well, there's no tricks up my sleeve because I don't have any.
I don't get to share the stage with very many women.
Not a lot
How
of
does it
us.
feel to be up here with us tonight?
When I perform, I feel like I have an obligation to be the best, not only performer, but be in representation for a woman. So when I was younger, I would like to think that I'd be proud of myself. Oh my God, why does that make me sad? That's so weird.
You should be proud of yourself. It's a powerful message.
Yeah.
All right, Annarose, Penn and Teller have been fooled by lots of things. Let's see if you fooled them with water.
Okay.
Boys?
Hello, Annarose. This is just great because sometimes the most obvious idea is just sitting there in front of you. Magicians for thousands of years have been doing the cups and balls. And outside of my personal life, balls rarely go into cups. It's water that goes into cups. And the idea of doing a trick like this, using the cups with liquid in them, is just a really, really great idea and makes sleight of hand so much more complicated. And, you know, Teller knows so much about magic. He's just a bottomless well of information. I just sit here and absorb what he says and then try to kind of say it to you in some sort of way that, that gets through. But it's really Teller that does all the thinking on this. The idea of doing the cups and balls with the cups and water is just the way everybody should do it, but they're just not good enough. We just love the whole routine, but we don't think you fooled us.
Is he right? You didn't fool them?
I think they got something.
These boys just know too much.
They
We
do.
loved it. It was such a beautiful performance.
Just wonderful.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Don't forget, Penn and Teller will perform tonight's final trick, but first, you'll see other world-class acts take the stage when we come back. Welcome back. Another Fool Us trophy might come down for our next magician.
I live in Porto, a place known for excellent wine and a calm way of life. Growing up, I played rugby. I was good and dreamed to be a professional. But a serious injury sidelined me. After that, magic is all I had. From then to now, the magic has never stopped. Portugal is a small country, so in magic there is no sense of community. I founded a magic school to changes. It's a real school with classrooms and pupils. My youngest student is 11 and the oldest is 70. We'll teach anybody to do magic. The first time I saw Penn and Teller was 10 years ago. They ripped up the card on stage and I stole the deck. It's my prized possession. I brought it so they would sign it for me. So, I'm after 2 trophies tonight. And if it works, Portuguese magic will be known all over the world.
From Porto, Portugal, give it up for Gonçalo Gil. going on?
Yes, it's a nightmare.
I loved that. How do you describe this kind of an act? I mean, cards, cubes, illusions.
Too much free time, and but actually it was because this idea happened because of the pandemic.
So truly, you had so much time on your hands that you just.
On the pandemic, I did. Now I don't, because now I'm a father, so the time is a bit tight.
Congratulations. Yes. All right, Gonçalo, maybe your magic nightmare will make your dream of the trophy come true. Let's go to Penn and Teller and see if you fooled them.
Sure.
Boys?
Thank you.
Gonçalo, the audience absolutely loved you, and this is not always true, but we agreed with them.
Thank you.
Just fabulous. What a beautiful, magical routine all the way through. It's just absolutely clean and really what magic should be. You've taken the yawn, frish stuff, and done a beautiful job with it. You've also added so much that is totally your own, like the queen going into 4 pieces and back and forth.
Yes.
I've never seen anything like that. Neither one of us has. Just beautiful. I assume that's your own, the queen going back?
Yes, that is my favorite part of the routine as well.
Yeah. There's so many effects in there. We had to break it down bit by bit. We'd be at, 3.5-hour show.
Yeah.
You just have so many moves in there, and it's all so beautiful and so well done, and really this kind of magic that I will just tell the people here is very, very modern, very, very new. All these techniques are right up to date and beautifully done, and look so magical and so gorgeous all the way through. But we don't think that that you fooled us. But we loved it. Oh, don't turn on me. I love them too. If I were you, I'd be storming these seats and beating us.
Gonçalo, would you agree that they know how you did your magic?
Yes, I think so, yes. I didn't build this for magicians, but my main goal is to entertain you. I think I did it, so
you certainly did that.
My goal was good.
Sit tight, you'll see more fantastic magic right after this. Welcome back to Fool Us, where our next magician is ready to rock. Meet them now.
I'm Ren X from Salt Lake City. I've always been interested in both art and science. When I was little, I kept sketchbooks on my bed. I watched documentaries about space in my free time. I loved learning about how the universe worked. The first time I saw a magician levitating an object, I was captivated, and then disappointed when I realized it was fake. But something clicked in me, and I realized that the mystery in a magic trick is the same mystery that I love investigating in science. I'm a scientist specializing in cognitive neuroscience. I'm working on a PhD, and the process of making experiments to study the brain is weirdly similar to making magic tricks, to create a particular thought in another person. In magic, for the purpose of entertainment, and in science, to study the thought itself. If I merge art and science just right, I might be able to control the results and fool Penn and Teller.
Please welcome Salt Lake City scientist Ren X.
So as a scientist, I study the brain, how we think, learn, make decisions. And as I'm sure you're all aware, these things are complicated. And to be honest, there's still a lot we don't know. And so tonight, I'd like to do an experiment on our lovely host, Brooke. And use all the things that we don't yet know about the brain to try and fool Penn and Teller. Brooke, would you join me in my lab, please?
Love to.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
And Brooke, don't worry, the electrical shocks only hurt the first couple of times, okay?
No problem.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding. They do hurt every time.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Now, my experiment's pretty simple. Brooke's going to be making a choice between her left hand and her right. And Brooke, to make this choice, you'll simply raise the hand that you like and hold it in the air like this.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
My goal is to guess which hand Brooke has raised. You can take your seat. Now, to prevent the possibility of any other variables impacting this experiment, cheating, I'm gonna position myself on the other side of this wall from Brooke. And while I'm at it, I'll blindfold myself as well. Now remember, using today's science, it would be impossible to guess which hand Brooke has raised. But perhaps that won't always be the case. Brooke, please make your first choice and raise one of your hands. Brooke, you can lower your hand if it's still in the air. You see, if I know what causes every single neuron in Brooke's brain to fire, then I also know which hand she has raised. Brooke, please make your second choice and raise one of your hands. And so a choice is really just a pattern of brain activity. If I understand the brain, I understand the choice. Brooke, whenever you are ready, please make one final choice. Thank you, thank you. Well, let's stay skeptical here. Every good experiment can be repeated. Brooke, you're welcome to stand up. But before we do, and some of you may have caught on to this already, there's something of a haunting idea hidden here. You see, if I know exactly why someone does the things that they do, then I would also know what they're going to do next. And so, Brooke, I am going to have you make another 3 choices. But before you do, I'm going to write a prediction of which hands you're about to choose. Now, I'm committing to what I think Brooke is going to do. So this doesn't need to be a blind test anymore. And Penn, would you mind keeping track of Brooke's choices on your notepad for us, please?
I sure will.
Thank you. Brooke, are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna make your choices the same way as you did before. Just raise the hand that you would like.
Okay.
Choice number 1. Would you like left or right?
Left.
Left. And you got that, Penn?
Yep.
Choice number 2. Right. One final choice. Left. So your choices were left, right, left. Is that correct?
Correct.
Penn, yes?
Yes.
Now, we like to think that who we are largely depends on the choices we make. Brooke, I'm gonna have you pull this out, but keep it face down for now. But consider this. If you can predict what someone's about to do, then maybe there was never a choice in the first place. Penn, would you remind us one final time, please, what 3 choices Brooke made?
Left, right, left.
Brooke. Left, right, left. Thank you.
Ren X, everyone. I'm so fascinated by that.
Thank you. It took a long time to develop.
So you study the science of thinking.
I do, yes.
What is the connection between that and magic?
You know, magic, we study attention, kind of. We're almost like working psychologists. We're using attention to accomplish the tricks that we're doing. And then in a lab, I study the same thing.
Does magic still fascinate you or even confuse you?
It fascinates me more and more.
And your knowledge of magic, so much knowledge, that doesn't spoil it for you?
I think it makes it better. For me, at least. You know, I've heard someone say that we keep secrets for our audience, not from our audience. And I think that's a very telling quote.
Love that. Ren, you've definitely given all of us something to think about, but let's see if that's earned you a Fool Us trophy.
Okay.
You ready? Penn and Teller?
Hey, Ren, you really are a scientist, right?
I am, yes.
Yeah, I kind of tell that vibe come off you. And also, it's really nice how you weave that in and are able to do mentalism, which is what this is,
Yes.
without all the jive around it. And I really like that a lot. You have a
Thank you.
playful premise based on reality that still doesn't insult anyone's intelligence. And that's really wonderful.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, we thought we had you right away on the first part. We really did. We thought that you were peeking down the blindfold and seeing the shiny floor. Because the reflection we could see allowed you to see the hand. It would have worked that way, by the way, but then we realized he's not just gonna do this on a shiny floor. He's gotta have another way of doing it, another way of like having the old patent leather shoes that you glance at. I won't go into that. But you ended up using a rather high-tech method on the first part that gives us kind of this creepy feeling that if you knew all the neurons and all of that, you'd have this feeling that Big Brother was watching you from all over. And what's nice about using the high tech, although you could have used the shiny floor, is that you went really low tech on the ending. And we can't let you slide on that. We really got to focus on that. But the ending could have been done 200 years ago. And the beginning part of it could only be done in probably the past 15 years or so, 15 or 20 years. It's a wonderful presentation. I like the way you had this humble quality with still the brains behind it and some very, very clever tricks. And that's what we think about this whole thing. But I don't know if you think that you fooled us. We'll have to see.
I think there's a reason why you're the best. I think you got me.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much. And next time you do this, consider the shiny floor.
That would be smart, yeah.
Sounds like they got you.
They
None of
did,
that
they
made any
did.
sense to
Thank
me.
you.
We sure love
Thank you.
that, Ren. Thank you so much, Ren X. Penn and Teller will not take on more magicians tonight. That's because they are our next magicians. See the legends themselves right after this. Welcome back. It has been quite a night. Let's have Penn close out the show. Everyone put your hands together for Penn.
Thank you. It's been 50 years I've been doing magic, 50 years, and I'm still an outsider. I'm still not really accepted by the magic community. I came to magic a little bit late. I was 20 years old, and most magicians start when they're children, very young. And so my sensibility about magic is different than theirs. Because when you start as a child, your whole feeling about magic is gotcha. Gotcha. I know something you don't know. Gotcha. I can do something you can't do. Gotcha. I've got a secret, and I gotcha. Gotcha. Now, I started out in music and in juggling, and there's no gotcha in any of music. Or you don't finish a bass solo and go, gotcha. You don't finish a juggling trick and go, gotcha. You're doing something. It's a gift you're sharing with other people. There's no gotcha. There's no unpleasantness underneath it, no sourness of trying to put yourself above other people because you've pulled a trick on them. Now, during the lockdown, we weren't doing a lot of magic, so I kind of got back to my roots in juggling, but I didn't want to do the club juggling, which is what I used to do mostly, a lot of club juggling. I want to do balance juggling, because I've never done much of that, and also you can do balance juggling sitting down. So I worked on stuff. Now, there is one thing that's a little bit disingenuous about balance juggling, and that is people think that bigger things are harder to balance. You see a guy with a stepladder on his chin, and you're impressed by that. But actually, thank you, Teller, bigger things are actually easier to balance. I mean, right now, with no practice at all, you can take a broom, keep your eye on the top of it, and you'll be able to balance that right at home with no trouble. You can move around with everything. You can balance that forever. No practice, no skill, no nothing. When things are really tall, you can balance them easily. You have a lot of time to correct. Whereas something as small as this, which is a little smaller than the pencil we rehearsed. Okay, it's okay. With a small thing like this, the balance becomes really difficult. Okay, good. I got lucky with that. But during lockdown, I want to do another trick. Now, you know people balance balls on their nose and on, mouth sticks and so on. But balancing a big ball, like a beach ball, is not that difficult. I mean, seals can do it, right? But to balance something the size of a ping pong ball is really amazing. No glitz, no hype, no nothing, just pure skill. Now, I've built this up a lot. I better be able to do it. Let me give it a try. Okay. The important part is where you start it. I want to get it right on the very tip. Nope, God. Let's go. You see, this is just pure skill. But after 50 years hanging around with magicians, I kind of found a certain affection for gotcha. It's glued to my nose. You even look good in that, Brooke. You even look good with that one.
Thanks, Ben. If you're looking for more of TV's best magic, we got you covered.
Gotcha.
See more of the world's greatest magicians next time when Fool Us returns.